Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. In this video, I'm going to show you how to jailbreak your PS4 using the Lua loader method, but this time we'll be using a digital game. I'll walk you through everything from creating a Japanese PSN account, installing Lua, all the way to the jailbreak process itself. I'll also show you how to create your own save file patched with a Lua script, so we won't be using someone else's save. Alright, let's jump straight into the tutorial. Alright, before we begin, I want to explain a few important things so there's no confusion about this tutorial. As we all know, Lua scripts only work on PS4 firmware up to version 12.02. Currently, the latest PS4 firmware is already at version 12.50. Even though on firmware 12.50, the userland already supports Lua scripts, it still can't fully activate the jailbreak and hen payload. Now let me show you what happens when we run the Lua autoload script on firmware 12.50. As you can see here, this is my PS4 running on firmware 12.50. The Lua game is already installed, and I've patched the save file with the Lua autoloader script. Now let's go ahead and launch the game. As you can see here, it shows a message saying unsupported firmware version, and that's because Lua scripts on firmware 12.50 still can't fully jailbreak the PS4. So yeah, just like I mentioned earlier, that's why I need to clarify that everything you're about to see in this video. Now, you might be wondering, why release the tutorial now if it's already too late? Well, don't worry. This tutorial will still be useful in the future if Lua scripts become full functional again on firmware versions above 12.02. So starting now, it's a good idea to install a Lua game, and I'll show you exactly how in this video. I hope that explanation clears things up. Alright, moving on. Since all Lua games are region-locked to Japan, we'll need to install them using a Japanese region account, and I'll show you how to do that. As the title suggests, we'll be using a digital Lua game in this tutorial. The great thing about digital games is that they're free. You don't have to spend any money to get them. Out of all the Lua games available, at least 4 of them have free demo versions you can download. This is a huge advantage compared to physical copies, which are usually expensive, especially if you live far from the seller. You'd have to pay extra for shipping, and possibly even customs fees depending on your country. With digital games, you can simply download them directly from the PSN store. But again, since these are Japan region games, you'll need a Japanese PSN account. If you use an account from another region, you won't be able to find the games on the PlayStation Store. So now, let's start by creating a Japanese region PSN account. Let's assume the latest PS4 firmware is still 12.02. As you can see, my PS4 is not logged into any PSN account. You can create a Japanese account through a web browser or directly on the PS4. In this tutorial, we're going to do it directly on the PS4 since it's faster. Alright, first, make sure you've prepared an email address that hasn't been registered on PSN before. Once you have that ready, go to your PS4 and open the power menu. Make sure your PS4 is connected to the internet beforehand. Select Switch User, then choose New User, and then create a new user. Accept the terms and then click Next. On the next screen, select Create an account. Now, for the region, make sure you choose Japan. This is very important because, as I mentioned earlier, Lua games are only available in the Japanese region. Once you select Japan, the language will switch to Japanese, and unfortunately, you won't be able to change it during the account creation process. But don't worry, just follow along with the video, or if you're curious, you can use the Google Lens app to translate the text on your screen. Alright, moving on. Fill in your date of birth here, and make sure you're at least 18 years old. When you're done, select Next. Now you'll need to enter a Japanese postal code. You can find one easily on the internet. In this example, I'm going to use 1 and 6 zeros. If the postal code is valid, the prefecture and municipality fields will be filled in automatically. Then select Next again. Now on this screen, starting from the top, enter your email address. Then below that, type your password twice. Once done, choose Next. You'll then be asked to select an avatar for your account. After that, you'll set your user ID, followed by your first and last name. Remember this PSN ID, Or go ahead and write it down, because we're going to need it later when resigning the Lua save game. Then click Next. You'll now see the privacy policy screen. If you want, you can read it using Google Lens and adjust the settings according to your preferences. For this tutorial, I'll leave everything as default. Select the button on the right to continue. Click Next, then click Next again, and once more click the button on the right. Now it's time to verify your email. Open your email inbox and look for the verification message from ps4. Click the verification link inside. Once it's verified, go back to your ps4 and click the button here. Then click Next. On the next screen, select the button on the far left and again the one on the left. You'll now be taken to the PlayStation Plus page. Press the back button to exit. Here, select the button on the left. Choose OK. On this screen, select Cancel because we're not going to transfer any data. Hit OK again. And that's it. We've successfully created a Japanese region PSN account. Now we're ready to install the demo version of a Lua game so we can get it completely free. Next, go to the PlayStation Store from the main menu. Once you're in, select the search icon at the top. Type in the name of a Lua-compatible game that has a demo version. You can find a list of demo games on CharlNet's GitHub page. There are at least 4 demo versions available. If you want, you can download all of them. But in this tutorial, we're just going to download one, for example, the demo version of Fuyu Kiss. Type the game's name into the search bar, and when the results appear, make sure you select the demo version. If there are multiple versions of the same game, double-check that you're selecting the one marked as demo. If it doesn't ask for any payment during the selection process, that's a good sign. It's the demo version. You can also use Google Lens to translate the Japanese text on the screen and confirm you've selected the correct version. Once you're sure it's the demo version, go ahead and click on the game to start the installation. Select the button at the bottom to begin the download, then wait for the game to finish downloading and installing. Alright, the game has been successfully installed. Before we continue, I forgot to mention something important. Make sure your primary account is activated on your PS4. To check this, go to Settings, then Account Management, and select Activate as your primary PS4. If the Activate button is grayed out and can't be selected anymore, that means it's already set correctly. Now let's move on to the next step. At this stage, we're going to create a save file for our Lua game. Technically, you can use someone else's save that has already been patched with a Lua script, and then simply resign it to your own account using a Discord bot or Apollo save tool on another jailbroken PS4. But in this video, as the title suggests, we're going to create and patch the save file ourselves so you can learn exactly how it's done. Since we just installed the game, there's no save data yet. You can verify this by going to the PS4 settings, then Storage, and checking the Saved Data section. As you can see, there's no save file for the Lua game yet, so let's go ahead and create one. Launch the game. Alright, just a quick correction. If you've seen my previous video where I said that simply launching the game will automatically create the save file, well, that part was actually wrong. You do need to manually save the game from the in-game save menu, because if you don't, the save file can't be decrypted later on. So yeah, we still need to manually save it through the game's menu. Okay, now let me show you how to save the game properly in this one. And most likely, it's going to be the same for other Lua-based games as well. On the game's main menu, select Start. Then continue by pressing Circle. Once the game begins, just press Circle a few more times to through some text. Now press Square to open the menu. Then select this icon to save the game. In other Lua-based games, the menu might look different, so feel free to use Google Lens to translate the screen and find the save option. Next, press Circle. Then Circle again to confirm. Alright, the save file has now been created and we can exit the Lua game. Now let's quit the game and go back to the settings to check whether the save file has been created. Go to Settings, Storage, Saved Data again. And as you can see, the save file is now there. The next step is to patch this save file with a Lua script. In this case, we're going to use the Auto Lua Loader script, which automatically loads payload hen. First, we need to copy the save file to a USB flash drive. Make sure the flash drive is formatted to exFAT before plugging it into your ps4. Now, on the ps4, go to Settings, Application Saved Data Management, Saved Data in System Storage. Copy to USB storage device. If you see a prompt, just hit OK. Select your Lua game's save file. Check the box and choose Copy to start transferring it to your USB drive. Once the transfer is complete, remove the USB drive from your ps4 and plug it into your computer. Now let's move over to the computer. The save data is still encrypted, so before we can patch it with a Lua script, we need to decrypt it. To do that, we'll use a Discord bot. But first, we need to upload the save file to Google Drive so the bot can access it. Open your Google Drive and create a new folder. For example, name it Lua Save. You can name it whatever you want. Then, change the folder's sharing permissions so the bot can read and write to it. Right-click the folder, choose Share, then click Share again. Change the general access from Restricted to Anyone with the link, and set the permission to Editor. Click Done when you're finished. Now, inside the Lua Save folder, create another folder to keep the original save data separate from the patched one. Let's name this one Save Ori, but feel free to use a different name. Then, open your USB flash drive. Navigate to the ps4, Save Data folder, and keep going deeper into the folder until you find these two encrypted save files right here. Upload both of these files into the Save Ori folder in Google Drive. Wait for the upload to finish. Alright, it's done. Alright, we're all set. Now we're going to tell the bot to decrypt the save file we just uploaded. First, join the HTOS Discord server. You can find the invite link in the video description. Once you're in, go to the HTO channel. Look for the PS bot. It has a logo that looks like this. Click on Get Started. After that, you'll see your user ID appear below the channel name. Just click on it to proceed. The patching process involves several steps. First, you decrypt the original save file, then you insert the Lua files into the decrypted data. After that, you re-encrypt the modified save file and re-sign it to your own PSN ID with the same time. Alright, now let's get started. Type the command/decrypt in the Discord chat. When the bot suggestion appears above, make sure to select the same bot we used earlier with the matching logo. For the first option, choose False. Then click on the Google Drive link option. This is where we'll enter the link to the folder where we want the decrypted save to be placed. So, go back to Google Drive. In my case, I'll use the same location as the Save Ori folder. That means I'll take the link from the parent folder of the Lua Save directory. Right-click on the folder name, choose Share, then click Copy Link. Now paste that link into the Google Drive link field on the Discord bot. Press Enter to continue. Now the bot will ask for the link to the encrypted save file. Go back to Google Drive, right-click the Save Ori folder where we uploaded the original save from the USB. Click Share and copy the link. Return to the Discord bot, paste the link in the chat, and press Enter. Now we wait while the bot processes the request. Once the decryption process is complete, a message will appear letting you know that the files are being uploaded to your Google Drive. Okay, it's done. You'll see a download button. You can download the file directly here or from your Google Drive. I'll head back to Google Drive. As you can see, a new zip file has been added. This is the decrypted version of our original save file. Download it. And once the download is complete, extract the zip file. You can store the original zip somewhere else for backup, especially in case you need it again, if the Lua script gets updated later. For now, I'm going to delete it to avoid confusion. Open the extracted folder and you'll see several decrypted files from your original save. Now we're going to insert the Lua script files. First, let's download the Auto Lua Loader script. I'm already on the GitHub page. This is the creator. Click code, then click download zip. Once downloaded, extract the zip file. Then open the Save Data folder inside. Copy all the files from there and paste them into the decrypted save folder, merging them with the Save Data files. If prompted, choose Replace the files in the destination. Great, now we need to re-encrypt the save file. To do this, we'll upload the folder containing both the decrypted save data and the auto Lua loader script back to Google Drive. I'll go ahead and delete the old decrypted zip file from Google Drive. This is optional. I'm only doing it to keep things tidy. Now upload the folder that contains the merged files, the one with both the decrypted save data and the Lua script. Wait for the upload to finish. Once it's done, we're ready to re-encrypt the save. Head back to Discord and type the command /encrypt. Make sure to select the same bot as before. In the first and second options, choose false. In the next field, click on PlayStation ID and enter the PSN ID you created earlier. This is the one I told you to take note of. Press Tab to move to the next option. Now click Google Drive link. Here, enter the link to the folder where the final encrypted save file will be stored. I'll use the same LUA save folder again, just like before. Go to Google Drive, right-click the folder name, select Share, then Copy Link. Paste the link into the chat and press Enter. Just like before, the bot will now ask for the original encrypted save link. Go back to Google Drive, right-click on the Save ORI folder, click Share, then Copy Link. Paste the link into Discord and press Enter. Now the bot will ask for the link to the folder that contains the merged save data and Lua script files. Go to Google Drive, right-click on that folder, click Share, and copy the link. Then paste it into the Discord chat and press Enter. Now wait while the bot processes and uploads the re-encrypted save. As you can see at the top, the bot is currently uploading the file. Wait for the process to finish. This process can be quick or take quite a while. It all depends on how busy the server is at the time. Once the encryption is complete, you'll get a download button. You can download it directly or access it through your Google Drive. I'll download it from Google Drive. Once downloaded, extract the compressed file. Now copy the ps4 folder, which now contains the patched save game with the auto Lua loader script, onto your USB flash drive so we can import it back into the ps4. Before we continue, let's delete the original ps4 folder from the flash drive to avoid any confusion with the patched save. Now, copy the new ps4 folder, the one that contains the save file already patched with the auto Lua loader script, onto the flash drive. Make sure you copy the entire ps4 folder itself, not just its contents, because the folder structure needs to remain intact in order for the ps4 to detect it properly. Since this is our first time activating Hen, we also need to copy the Hen payload to the root of the flash drive. In this case, we're using the Hen VTX payload. Make sure to use the version that matches your firmware. In this tutorial, it's version 12.02. Once copied, rename the payload file to payload.bin, just as instructed by the creator of the Lua autoloader script on GitHub. Now eject the flash drive from your computer and plug it into your ps4. On the ps4, go to Settings, Application Saved Data Management. This time, choose Saved Data on USB storage device. Then select Copy to System Storage. Choose the Lua game save, check the box, and hit Copy. If a prompt appears asking to overwrite an existing save, choose Yes. Wait for the copying process to complete. Done. Now return to the ps4 home screen. We're going to launch the game to trigger the jailbreak and activate hen. But before we do that, let me show you that the debug settings menu is currently missing. This means jailbreak and hen are not yet active. Alright, back to the home screen. Let's launch the game. As you can see, the ps4 auto-load notification has appeared, and the hen payload was successfully copied to the ps4's internal storage. And here's the final notification. This confirms that jailbreak and hen have been successfully activated. Now go to the ps4 settings menu and scroll down. You should see debug settings has appeared, confirming that the jailbreak worked on firmware 12.02. Alright, that's the end of the tutorial for now. But I also want to show you how the jailbreak works using this digital Lua demo game when it's run on firmware 11.00. As you can see here, my ps4 is now on firmware 11.00. This is the same ps4 from earlier, and you can verify that by checking the MAC address. Currently, debug settings is still not showing, meaning hen is not yet activated. This time, I'll be using a different Lua game, which already has a save file patched with the Auto Lua Loader script. Alright, let's launch the game. And there we go. The jailbreak has successfully run, and hen is now activated. Alright, that wraps up today's tutorial. As you've seen, using a digital Lua game as a jailbreak method is much simpler, faster, and definitely more affordable compared to using physical Blu-ray Lua games. With digital versions, you don't need to spend a single cent. They're available as free demos directly from the Japanese PlayStation Store. No need to worry about shipping costs, import taxes, or waiting days for a disc to arrive. Just download, patch the save, and you're ready to jailbreak. So what you need to do right now is download the digital demo version of a Lua game as soon as possible. This is important in case Lua scripts become compatible with the latest firmware version 12.50. By downloading the game now, you'll already have it installed on your ps4 and be fully prepared if a future update allows the jailbreak to work again. So don't wait. Secure the game while it's still available. I hope this guide was helpful, and if it was, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more ps4 jailbreak content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.